Armando here. Doing a trip. Hey, Taz.
Hi, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, how you doing today? Are you able to hear
Hold
me?
on, I can't hear you. Let's see here.
How about now?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, can you hear
For some
me?
reason, I can't hear you. Do you have your volume on?
Let's try. How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
It's a switch called the on button. It works better when it's on. It's my mic. I forgot it was off. Thanks for taking the time. How are you today?
Hold on one second. Let me get out of my car here.
No worries.
All right, I'm
Hey, hi.
outside in this beautiful weather today.
Seattle, right?
Seattle.
It's so innovative. You told me. I think on a chat.
So what's going on?
Not much, my friend. Are you able to hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Cool. So this is already being recorded. Just wanted to connect with you. Thanks for taking the time. I know you're busy, but for the folks who are watching us on the replay, Taz invited me to her private Facebook group called uh, Local Marketing Masterminds. Did I get that right?
That's right.
And do you have an agency called Taz Media too as well?
Yeah, Taz Media is my agency.
Awesome. What's the website for that? Because I had a hard time looking for it.
TazMedia.net.
Media, got it. Media.net. That's why I couldn't find it. Excellent. And I'll add that in our description too as well. So I just wanted to connect with you, my friend, and I'm loving the Facebook group. Not a lot of engagement in there, but I think that's going to change over time.
Mhm.
Question. So we talked a little bit about it. I think we had a connection with Gary Vee, and that's why we started the dialogue. What was the intentions of starting the private Facebook group?
Well, my private Facebook group, I wanted to have a smaller group where we can really, kind of mastermind about our businesses and help each other grow personally, professionally, and just, be there and support each other. So it was nothing to monetize anything. It wasn't anything like that. It was more of just, just have people that I've already been connected to have a smaller group besides the other groups that we were in, so that we can really just grow as human beings and
Yeah.
have fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that angle. So yeah, just being human beings. So I'm actually kind of new in the digital marketing space. I only owned my agency for a couple years. How long have you owned your agency for?
Um, it's been it's going about a year and a half, so I'm fairly new. So I'm learning every day, learning new things, and I really love it. I'm having a
Awesome.
blast meeting all kinds of business owners. I had no idea what it was like to be a business owner because it's my first real business. So,
I see.
and then having to get in touch with other business owners, being able to help them out and grow
Yeah,
their business has been pretty phenomenal.
that's awesome. I know you got a lot of stuff going on, so I'll keep this short, maybe like five to 10 minutes. But
Okay.
what was I gonna say? So, what is? I'm always curious about. I have no script. This is how I do my interviews. I just kind of shoot from the hips. I'm always curious and interested about the superhero origin story and how your agency was born. Can you tell us a little bit about how that got started for you?
Sure. Well, I would say for the past 10 years before that, I was actually having a fun time just, making websites, doing SEO, getting, websites. To me, it was like a game, getting websites to the first page of Google, having fun with that.
Yeah,
And I wasn't doing it to make any money. I was just doing it for fun. So I'm like, when I found out there was a really great course that was open and people were really saying great things about it, I decided to jump in finally and do it as a real business. And
yeah,
I've always wanted to have my own business, and I always wanted to have that freedom and that capability to do that. So that's where it came from. And so I'm just glad that I took that leap and took the investment and did it.
that's awesome. And so, are you still doing this? Are you doing this full time, or do you have a job during the day and you do this on the side? How does that work?
Yeah, I'm doing it part time. I'm still, I've been in the federal government for 22 years, so I'm
Wow.
still doing that until I can get my business to the point where making enough money, then I'll quit. But I want to feel more secure before I do that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense. I know that's how I did it too. I'm full time on my agency now, but it wasn't like that in the beginning. I worked two other jobs in the
Oh
beginning while
wow.
building my agency. Yeah, and then so you, I think what really sticks out for me talking to you is that you actually enjoy the process of marketing and building websites and sales funnel. Am I
Uh-huh.
getting that from you? Is that what
Oh
you just
yeah.
love the process?
Yeah, it's creative,
Yeah,
because you get to make up your own content, make up their own visual style of the websites, and I could sit there for hours just doing it. And I love talking. I love talking to people too, but
yeah,
I kind of like to have a mixture of medium about it.
yeah.
I do good with both. So
Yeah, that's amazing. And I think that's a secret sauce that I think Gary Vee always talks about. I know we have a bit of a something in common with Gary Vee, but he talks about if you love the process and the whole hustle rather more
right,
than the money, you will become successful. And the money is just a byproduct of your love for the process. What's your
right.
thoughts on that?
Um, yeah, I think you got to have a passion for what you do. Otherwise, you would lose that momentum. You would lose that that drive to do it. If you're just doing it for the money, it's not going to last very long, and it's going to get real boring. So
Yeah.
you got to love it.
Yeah, and I became a victim of that mentality too, looking for something that I could monetize from a
Uh-huh.
money perspective, not necessarily loving the process. And it's funny because people here and there will like give me glimpse of truth, like, yeah, you could do it this way, but just a heads up, if you do it for the money, you're not going to last long. I'm like, yeah, whatever, and I do it, and they're right, it didn't last long. So it's interesting, yeah. So that it's funny because that power of passion is another word. Another word for passion is love, and that
Mhm.
emotional thing, love, is a powerful thing that'll get you to break through the adversity that you may be facing as an entrepreneur, because that's going to come sooner or
Right,
later. And
right,
without that love, any adversity that comes your way, you're like a stick figure, or like a house made out of stick figures. You'll just fall right over. Any type of wind will come your way. So having that
right.
passion is so important for the people who are watching us in the replay, to make sure you fall in love with the passion, or have a passion for the process, because that will give you that energy to give you the work ethic to really execute on the
Yeah,
plans.
and I love to help people. So this is that just kind of goes in the flow with it all. I'm helping people with growing their businesses, and then with the group, I'm helping people stay motivated to grow their business. So
Yeah.
it's a win-win situation.
That's awesome. Awesome. And I love the mixture because I'm just like you. I enjoy the creativity and building the websites, but I'm more people oriented. So I just came back from a client appointment in Morgan Hill. I do love talking to people, and they do give me energy. I can't be in front of the laptop 10 hours a day. I am right now, but I don't want to be like that forever. But I do love the mixture of people and technology, of just being behind
Right,
the laptop, but having a mixture of talking to people too, because that gives me energy too as well.
right.
Yeah. The Gary Vee, how long you been following Gary Vee? I think this is the last thing I want to talk to you about, because I know you got to
Sure.
get going.
Yeah, the Gary Vee show has been, gosh, I mean, if anybody's the motivator, that man is like, he's like the core motivator of all that's out there, I think, compared to anybody else, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I've been following him for the past couple years, and he's just phenomenal. I mean, he does his own thing. He like makes his own path. He's different than anybody else out there, and that's what I love about it. I mean, he talks real stuff. I mean, he doesn't tell people just to quit their job and follow their passion. And he says, take time to build that business up, to build it up, to still have that job on the side, because you got to survive.
Yeah.
You got to be able to put bread on the table. So
Hmm.
um, when those people say just throw it out to the wind, I mean, that's kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just love him.
Yeah. Me too. I get a lot of my verbiage and my philosophy of business through him. I actually model what he does with VaynerMedia, with
Uh-huh.
my small agency, as in giving all my knowledge away for free to
Right.
promote that goodwill, because it does come back to you.
Oh
And
yeah.
it's just interesting how he's able to hack kindness and make kindness look cool, like giving more than what you're asking for.
Right.
I don't know if you heard that last podcast. He wants to make kindness so cool, it'll be like the next Nike, or the next like trending hat people wear, or the next style. So
Right.
kindness is a powerful thing in the entrepreneur world. Any
And
thoughts on that?
there's that saying, right? Kindness. If you can be kind, try to be kind all the time. I kind of screwed it up, but it's
Mm.
like kindness is, I think, the most important thing that you can have, because there's not enough of it in the world right now. So if you
Yeah.
can show that kindness, that compassion, that sincerity to people, and and really be there for them and help them out, then
Yeah.
you're going to go far no matter what you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks so much, Taz. I know you got to get going. Go ahead and shut this down. But your website again is tazmedia.net, correct?
That's correct.
Awesome. Come visit her. And then I'll also put a link. Is it okay for people to request to join the group too as well if I put a link up?
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Thanks so much, Taz. Thanks for taking the time.
Memorial Day weekend. Hey, take care.
Thank you, Taz. Have a good day.
Right,
Bye-bye.
bye-bye.